My name is Shanna Bishell, and my business is Nifty Tag Sales. So I'm a part owner. My husband and I own it together, and I'm the operator of the business. So Nifty Tag Sales, the main sale is an engravable ear tag from Ritchie Livestock ID. So it's manufactured in Brighton, Colorado, and we import the tag here. So it's an engravable tag that people can use for their livestock, for herd management, and to identify their animals. So when I say it's an engravable tag, it's a flexible tag that has a outer layer, a middle, and a back layer, and they can actually be engraved on both sides. A lot of people just use a hand rotary tool with a special carbide bit that can engrave the top layer off of the tag, and they can actually be engraved on both sides of the tag. Mostly cattle and sheep, but it has expanded to, we do have these small little strip tags that we've sold to electrical companies, oil field companies, and actually I have a garden center that uses them to identify plants even. So I say livestock ID, but they have some other uses as well. So actually the Nifty Tag Sales is fairly new to me, but not new to the area. So my in-laws are Calvin and Judy Bishell, and they run Nifty Livestock Equipment. And so actually over 20 years ago, they were using these engravable tags and selling livestock equipment. And people would come to buy livestock equipment and notice that they were using these tags. They felt these tags were one of the best on the market. And once people were asking where did they get them, where can they get them for them, it was actually in 1998 that my in-laws started being a distributor for them and selling them over there. So I did work for them for a couple years, and then the opportunity came in 2016 for me to take over the business and make it Nifty Tag Sales. So it's fairly new to me, but definitely not new to the area. And they had established a really great customer base for me. And so then I changed it a little bit in that people who wanted factory engraved tags, they would have to be ordered from the States. And I found that it was probably 3 to 4 weeks that people would have to wait to get their tags. So in 2017, I decided to invest in an engraving machine and do the custom engraving for people right here. So most times people can get their tags within a week for the engraving. I'm not. I came from Delburn, so a small town near Red Deer. My husband's always been from special areas, and I moved out here when we got married in 1999. I love rural. I love raising our kids rural and having them be able to be out here. So to be able to have a business and run it out here is important to me. Working for Nifty Livestock Equipment, my mother-in-law Judy taught me all about the tag business and selling them. We ship the tags all over Canada, so a big part of that is taking the orders, packing them. I actually ship as far as Prince Edward Island. So every province, we have a large customer base in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, BC, and of course here in Alberta too. My biggest issue is that my product comes from the US, so the Canadian-US dollar, free trade agreement, shipping costs, that all affects my business. So, and of course affects the price of my product. It definitely controls that. So that would probably be the most difficult thing for me. Satisfying is just producing a product that a customer is happy about. I do lots of the custom engraving, and to take a customer's idea and put it on the product and have them happy about it, that's very satisfying. I think just the flexibility of having my own business and my own hours, and sometimes maybe that's not as easy as it sounds, but I definitely like working for myself. I say the most part it is good for family life. The family all becomes involved in the business. My husband is a big part in keeping my equipment running for me. Our daughter Emily works for me. She does the engraving. She also helps pack and ship tags as well. So to have everyone involved is definitely, it's fun, and I enjoy that too. Probably just being patient with setting up a new business, definitely being flexible to hours, putting a lot of time in, and being patient that it doesn't happen overnight. It does take time to build and to make it work. To be a successful entrepreneur, I think accountability is probably number one. Following through with what you say. For example, when people order engraved tags, I like to have them out within a week, and just being accountable to your product and what you sell and how you sell it. You want to have that trust that your customers have in you, right? You need to be flexible, especially in rural Alberta. I think you can't really have set hours. You have to be flexible, and more so in probably a farming, ranching business. All hours, all days of the week, it's important to be available, and having some flexibility when you're trying to set up a new business, and you have to be able to put that time in. Probably for my business to continue to thrive might be affected by our government, having our government have incentives for small rural businesses to keep going. That would definitely help. I think for me, a lot of people don't really know how much of this product that I stock. I keep a large inventory, and it's available to ship immediately. I have new shipments coming in just about every month. And also the engraving is fairly new to the business. A lot of people think that the engraving is done at a factory and has to be shipped here. So for people to know that I can have a product produced right here within a week, I think is definitely an asset to the cattle tag sales.